Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United front.
Tell it.
What you want, what you want, what you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What
Yo.
you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square, solid, and your circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick the can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K, 1K.
Black love, black power, black unity, black family. It's your brother knowledgebornallah here on day 41. Day 41, 59 days left in this 100 days of motivation challenge. This challenge is to challenge us to exist in a space that is positive, emit some positive energy, and share in some motivation and stories that will benefit the nation. So again, this is day 41, and the word for today is I am the stone that the builder refused. On the 118th Psalm, the 22nd verse, it says, the stone which the builders refused has become the headstone of the corner. Now, in some traditions, this is to say that the stone that was rejected became the capstone. In other traditions, to say the stone that the builders refused became the cornerstone. Both of these equally critical in the dynamics of building. So if you know about the dynamics of building an edifice or a structure, the capstone and the cornerstone are quintessential moments in the building process. So if you look at the cornerstone and thinking about this stone that the builders refused, the builders were seeking with a determined idea to build up an edifice, to build up a structure that is sound and that will marvel in its existence, and something that will last and stand the test of time. What are you building? Whom are you building to stand the test of time? So when we look at the stone that the builders refused, the builders saw it, this stone, and from its outwardly appearance, they did not deem it worthy or useful for building. So oftentimes we find ourselves in positions where we go from a topical perspective in regards to selecting something or someone to build with. They allow themselves to be confused by what they saw and missed what was to be seen. So the stone that the builders refused at first, they saw it from their limited scope and perspective of building and said that this stone will not be suitable enough from the look of it to play any part in this building process, so they rejected it. And in this process of building, beyond the scope of your mind, when the work begins to be done, they found that a piece was missing. They couldn't begin the building process because they had to select a cornerstone. After the foundation is solid and firm, you lay that first brick. That's called a cornerstone laying. It means that the building process can now begin based off of where you lay that first brick in that northeast corner. So now the edifice can now be built solidly and firmly based off of that cornerstone laying. So the builders have rejected this person. The builders have rejected this idea. The builders have rejected this manifestation. But they could not build their edifice to marvel and to stand the test of time without the stone that they first rejected. So what is it in your life that came to you, that was glaring to you, that was apparent to you, but you could not see it and you rejected it? This cornerstone laying. Now we're building from the cornerstone to the capstone, the pinnacle, the height, the thing that gets most attention in the edifice, the capstone. Now look at the capstone. The capstone denotes that the building is complete, that the edifice has reached its completed state. This stone that was refused, that was rejected, that was despised, that was overlooked, that was cast aside, plays a vital and important role, whether it's the cornerstone or the capstone, whether it's the capstone or the cornerstone. We build solid foundations, they say, from the ground up. This edifice that is built in physical form is created from the top down, from your head to your toes. So this renewed understanding that the builders had, they passed on to us from, and taking it from a physical sense to a metaphysical sense, from its cornerstone to its capstone. We are breaking off the rough stone. Break these corners off the rough stone so as to light with this refinement process. So when the builder needs that particular piece, it's prepared to be useful, to better fit them for the builder's use. So in this process, in this 100-day process of motivation, this challenge to divest yourself from these things that no longer serve you, no longer suit you, let's continue to break these corners of rough stone off of our being to better fit them for the builder's use. So the stone that the builder once refused will now be the greatest stone, the most important stone in the sight of our future generations. Let's be that stone. Let's be that stone. So again, this is day 41. Wherever you're listening from, make sure you go to www.youtube.com/Dulu Knowledge Radio. That's DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. See y'all tomorrow. day 42.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.